Hello there. This is sorry, that was a terrible start. This is I've done it again. Yeah, this is my weekly meta show. This is my weekly meta thing. I have my Bretonian grape juice on hand because this is going to be quite a long show. There's a lot of results this weekend, so chin chin. Lovely grape juice. Right. Let's crack on then. There's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tournaments this weekend that we've got to crack on through. So the first one to look at is Squares at TTW, which was in Australia. If I click on that, does that go straight to maps? Oh, it does. Nice. Which is somewhere around here. Let's see if we can see it immediately. Tabletop Warfare. There it is. That's where that took place, in this little thing here. It looks quite a nice venue. Oh, faster pasta over the road. Nice. Bendy buses. Brilliant. They're not lethal at all. Yes, and some hair and beauty next door in case one fancies updating the coiffure halfway through the tournament. This was a 3-game tournament, 2,000 points. Alistair Campbell, who I presume is not the Alistair Campbell from British politics fame, managed to take out the win, so well done, Alistair. And Empire of Man getting 3 wins at a tournament, that's quite interesting, because Empire's not been doing quite so well recently, so we'll have a look at that. Okay. So the list for Alistair is a Bretonia list, managed to win a tournament, so again, well done. He's got a Duke with Virtue of Knightly Temper, Sword of the Quest, Pegasus, so not an expensive character, Baron, who's pretty tough. He's got a Prophetess on a Unicorn, another Paladin, who's the BSB, and a Damsel. So quite a lot of characters, actually, for a Bretonian list. Big unit of Men-at-Arms, some Knights of the Realm, Pegasus Knights, and some Grail Knights. So not an amazing list, to be honest. There's nothing that pounces out at me that sort of stands out to me as being particularly brilliant. It looks like a very well balanced list. I quite like bigger units of Knights of the Realm. I think 10 is about the right size for a unit of Knights. I still think Pegasus Knights are the best thing in the Bretonian roster. So yeah, but that looks pretty good. But well done, Alistair. More importantly, let's have a look at this one. Get rid of that. Empire. What has he got? He's got Captain of the Empire, Engineer, General on a Demi-Griff. I prefer the Demi-Griff as a mount, actually, because you can put him in units then. He's got the Bedazzling Helm and the White Cloak, which is pretty good. He's got a full plate, Bedazzling Helm, Barding, so he's down to... And he's got a shield, great weapon as well. So he's got a... 4, 3... Why has he got a shield? Because full plate gives him a 4 up. The Barding goes to 3. Bedazzling Helm puts him down at 2. And the White Cloak is ward against flaming, I think, or something like that. It's got a couple of level 4 wizards, which is sensible for Empire because they can do wizard spam like really effectively. He's got some drilled knights. He's got some missile troops. He's got some state troops with halberd. So he's got some halberdiers, a small couple of units of regimental handgunners. He's got some veteran state troops who have just got hand weapon and shield and the war banner. And they've got a detachment of state missile. Okay, so these have only got 1 state missile troop detachment, and these have got 2. State. Oh no, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how this list. So this one's got 1 of those, and this one's got the other, right? And then he's got I wonder if he's done that so the veteran confers veteran to them and their veteran confers veteran to them. Not sure. It's got a great cannon, which are pretty good. He's got some inner circle knights, and he's got 2 units of 5 outriders with just a ladder repeater and a hellblaster. That's a pretty good list, to be honest. Not sure about drilled on 5 knights. That seems a bit expensive, really, for that But yeah, well done. Was that another list? Oh, it's Andrew Campbell. So this is Owl, Warhammer the Old World RTT. I do not know what Owl... Old World Legends, it says there. Here we go. This is beginners, for beginners, apparently. As this was in Lake Forest. Apparently, Comic Quest, which is there. That's a big road, isn't it? Can we see it from the big road? No, of course we can't. Because it's America, and they have... it was probably there, I'd imagine. Boom. Well done. So it's probably in there somewhere. No, can't seem to find it. Hold on, let's just have a quick flick around. Is it that? Robert's Eye Care. That's not it, is it? It's somewhere here, which seems like a nice little. Oh, there's a guitar centre down there and a nursery somewhere nearby. Just in case you need some more. There's a lot of pools in these gardens, isn't there? Yeah, so that's in Lake Forest, which is there in the world, in old California. Anyway, Mike McTire running what looks like a decent tournament. Lots of people turned up. So 17 attendees, which is pretty good. And Matthew Green of Xenos Petting Zoo Club managed to take home the win, and a ogre list managed to get second, with Beastman managed to get third. So this is a good, interesting tournament in terms of who managed to win overall. So third place was this Beastman list with 2 Bray Shamans. One's got Hagtree Fetish and the Ruby Ring of Ruin. Hagtree Fetish allows a Beastman to re-roll wound rolls on magic missiles. Not sure whether that applies to the Ruby Ring of Ruin, because that's a bound spell, and I think bound spells are like isolated from the caster. So I'm not sure whether Hagtree Fetish rolls over onto that, but it possibly does. And he's got a BSB on a Tusk Gore Chariot. Gores, Razor Gores, chariots, more chariots, some Ungors, more chariots, some Harpies, MSU Dragon Ogres, a Shaggoth. That'll be an interesting and difficult list to beat, because all the chariots everywhere, Razor Gores drawing you into combat, Ungors being a pain in the pin feathers, Harpies landing down behind units that he's about to smash with something. There's not a big sort of thumpy unit though. There's lots of little daggers. So that's like death by 1,000 cuts. So this list will struggle against certain other lists. Ogres. We've got a Bruiser on foot. We've got a Tyrant on a Stonehorn with Armour of Death. Now that's the expensive suit of armour that has a 4-up ward save, which on a Stonehorn is pretty meaty. And he's got Kin Eater, which enhances his leadership capabilities. He's got a Slaughtermaster with the Ogre Blade, which is another very meaty piece of hand furniture. Then we've got some Bulls, got some Iron Guts. Mournfang Cav are amazing, and then the Giant. So yeah, I'm not sure how that managed to win 3 games. It's not an amazing list, so obviously Garrett is a pretty good player, so well done Mr. Sorensen. And then Matt Green, who managed to take the win. He's got a Tomb King on a Chariot, with the Ogre Blade, so that's going to do quite a bit of damage. He's then got a High Priest on foot, which is going to hide behind a big unit of... No, it isn't, because he's got 2 caskets. So 1 to do the magic missile and 1 to do the shield of protection or whatever. 1 catapult, mortuary... He's got an allied mortuary cult list as well. Mortuary priest, 2 tomb swarms. Oh. And another screaming skull catapult. How bizarre. So he's got an... okay, well, it's interesting that... well, it is a beginner tournament, but it's interesting that they allowed allies. So he's got a mortuary priest, BSB, Banner of the Desert Winds. Huh. Okay, well, I don't know how that works or how that managed to win. So well done, Matt. You've won a tournament and confused me. Then we've got Factorum, which was in Sutton Venie. Around about here somewhere, apparently. Let's have a quick look, see if we can find it. Let's get rid of these. Boom, boom. Deverell Road. Oh, it's an interesting venue. Oh, is this like some kind of business park? And it's in here. That looks like a chicken shed, doesn't it, or something like that? No, look, there's windows and stuff. Chicken sheds tend not to have windows. Well, this is the UK. That looks like a farm. We're just spying on somebody's farm at the moment, so it probably wasn't there. Factorum Warminster. Is it? Ah, hold on. It might be down here. I bet it's in this thing somewhere. This looks like a... oh, look, there is a poultry. That was a poultry farm. Yes, no, it was chicken farming. Very good. But it's... I'd imagine it's in here somewhere. Bit smelly if it's near a chicken farm, though. No. Oh, that looks... I don't know what that is. That looks like some kind of industrial estate on which there's probably a shed where some Warhammer happened this weekend. Anyway, Luke Humphreys managed to take home the win, so well done, Luke. Alex Bunduck came a fairly close second by the look of things. He was leading in the first game and then sort of lost his second and never quite recovered. Yeah, and down at the bottom, nothing surprising down the bottom, so we won't look at that. So we had this Kingdom of Britannia list. So he's got a Duke, Pegasus, Gauntlet of the Duel, Virtue of Heroism, pretty good. We've got Paladin with a Morning Star. Gauntlet of the Duel. Is that extremely common? Well, it must be, or else he wouldn't have used it, of course. And we've got a Prophetess with Illusion for probably Plague of Rust, I'd imagine. Big block of Man-at-Arms. Knights of the Realm on foot, 20 of them. Nice. Are we taking... no, we're taking Men-at-Arms. They're not Yeoman. Huh. Interesting. And then 6 Grail Knights. I mean, Grail Knights are very good. The downside is that they've only got a... and Luke didn't post a list. The downside is they don't have a full plate armour. Which is a bit of a problem. Anyway, then we had Grand Clash, which was here. Which is apparently in that thing there. Oh. Let's have a look. Avenue Guy Villeneuve. He was a Formula 1 driver. Oh. That one's tickets. Is this a stadium? It's a Videotron. How interesting. 1750. I don't know where that's going to be. Oh, this was quite fun last time, trying to find where the bloody venue was, but this time it's a bit of a pain in the pin feathers. Maybe it's in there. Stade Guilherme. 17. Anyway, Alex Thibaudot managed to, somewhere in this interesting complex, managed to hold a tournament where I think it was 22, no, 30 competitors rocked up, and we had 3 people go 3-0 at a 3-game event. So congrats to Jerome, congrats to Dada, and congrats to Thibaut. So Thibaut Lefebvre managed, so he's got a Duke, he's got Hippogriff, he's got Grandwall Great Helm, which is +1 save and like reroll 1s or something like that. Point is, he's got a 2-up save, he's got Monster Slaying, he's got Virtue of Confidence, so he's like rerolling hits in a challenge or something like that. So that's a pretty good, that's about as good as you're going to get for the Duke now that they've got rid of the Virtue of Heroism, you know, virtues not applying to mounts. So this is about as good as you're going to get, really. Dragon Slaying Sword is pretty smart, so he can throw that into monsters. Good. Prophetess with the Falconhorn of Fredemund. I think the Falconhorn of Fredemund is like one of the best items in the game because it turns off flying, and for some armies that's absolutely devastating. For some it has no impact, but for 40 odd points, the ability to just turn off your opponent's like really good thing, especially if they've got dragons, right? Their dragons are now on foot, moving around at 6 inches rather than flying around at 9. You know, so it makes them way more difficult to use. And she needs to be near the Paladin so she can re-roll her leadership test to use the Falconhorn. But presumably that's what Tibor did. And then he's got some Knights of a big block of Knights of the Realm, actually, 11 of them. That's quite a lot. Even with the Prophetess and the Paladin makes that 12. Maybe that. He's given his first knight a potion of speed because he had a bit of spare points, I'd imagine. He's got some men-at-arms with a yeoman and a Grail Monk, but no Triptych, which is an interesting decision. He's got some Pegasus Knights, should have more of them. He's got a little unit of Battle Pilgrims, some Mounted Yeomen, and quite a big unit of Grail Knights, actually. So that's interesting. So the Pegasus Knights can go with the Duke, I think. Maybe not, because I think the Hippogriff might be a larger target, but I can't quite remember. But yeah, it's a really interesting list. I really like that combination of characters. I think that's pretty bang on, to be fair. There's a few changes I'd make, but yeah, well done Thibaut. That's a good list. Didi Le Démon by Dada Boivin with his Demon Prince. Level 4 Wizard, Demon of Zinch, Aetherblade, Arthurblade, sorry, which basically ignores armor saves. He's got Demonology, so he can buff himself up, so he can pretty much take on anything when he's fully buffed. And he's got Power Vortex, I can't remember exactly what that does. And then you got Lord of Change, level 4 Wizard, Twin Heads, which is like re-roll the casting roll, that sort of thing. And Illusion, so he's got Demonology to make that into like a little nuclear bomb to throw at stuff, and then he's got Lord of Change to do a bit more stuff around the army. Big block of 24 pink horrors, like that. A medium-sized block of blue horrors, some Furies to be a pain in the backside. Screamers, I think they're overcosted. I think 220 points is a bit, that's a bit much for 5 of them. Flamers, they're really good. Burning Chariot, no magic level on that, so that's an interesting inclusion as well, because you can make the Burning Chariot like a level 3, so you don't really need that. So you can take 2 level 3 Burning Chariots. I think that makes them 250 points each. It might be 255 though. But yeah, that looks like a pretty tricky list to face off against, to be honest. Jérôme, who... has he actually spent 1,000 points on it? He has. He's gone Hero Hammer. But he's gone Vampire Counts. He's gone Necromancer, Mortis Engine, Ghoul King, Terrorgeist, Banshee. So Scream. And then more Screams. Yeah, Scream down there. Some Hex Wraiths because they're a pain in the backside. A big block of Crypt Ghouls, to be honest. And then a standard amount of zombies that he's going to be, like, adding 4 plus D3 to every single turn, including on the first. So they're going to get pretty big pretty soon. So that's an annoying list to face off against, and I can see why it did so well. There's some armies, they're just going to turn it off. Anyway, Warhammer the Old World RTT presented by Square Hammer, which is in Midlothian, which is here somewhere. It says the venue's around there, so let's have a look, see how good Google is at finding this venue. It's not very good at all today. It looks like it's there. That looks like that's the back. So can we drop into the car park? There we go. Wow, that looks cool. Was it actually there? Battlegrounds, yeah, that looks wicked. Yeah, nice big car park. Food and stuff around. Fire lane, towing enforced. Nails and spa. See? Beauty and Warhammer. They seem to come together. And a bar and grill next door. Oh, this is... Whoever lives near this thing is very lucky indeed. This is wonderful. Anyway. It's got all the things you want. Right. So let's have a look. And Kevin Roach availed himself of the bar, I hope, afterwards. And managed to get 3 wins. That's my kids deciding to whoop and scream with delight about something. I've forgotten now who was which way around. Kevin won. Alfred got 3rd with Tomb Kings. So wherever I put Kevin, Tomb Kings. What? Where's the winner? Kevin Roach. Okay. Kevin with Empire of Man. Jerry. Okay, Alfred came 3rd. So he's got the reroll wound rolls on a toughness 6 Bone Dragon. That's a good solid choice with the Talisman of Protection, 5 at ward. Not sure you really needed that on top of everything else. You could have gone for something that dealt a bit more damage, perhaps. Because not a lot of stuff is going to get through toughness 6 having to re-roll their wound rolls. And you've got a 5 up regen anyway. So, arguably... But then again, are magic weapons actually that good? Then we've got High Priest, which is pretty standard. Another level 2 priest with the Ruby Ring this time. This one's probably going in a unit, I'd imagine. Got some Tomb Guard, Horsemen, 30 Warriors, Horse Archers, Skirmishers, Necropolis Knights, Tomb Scorpions I love, Necrosphinx, the models are great, and a Colossus. So he's sort of gone for the one of everything approach. So I have no idea how that works on the table because it seems to be very flexible and it's got a bit of everything. That's pretty cool. I like that. Then coming in second was Jerry. He's got High Priest, Necrotects, Mortuary Priests, Royal Herald, Tomb Prince. He's got a wowzer 48 archers in a block. Chariots. Oh, they've got chariot runners as well, haven't they? Oh, that's nasty. And he's got Tomb Guard. I think they've got chariot runners, which means the chariots can charge through them. He's got 2 Tomb Scorpions, which again I think that's the right number. They're very, very good. And he's got 2 caskets and a skull catapult. My list have gone for 2 catapults and a casket. Maybe I went the wrong way around. Because we see this quite a lot nowadays, 2 caskets and a catapult. But, oh well. Cool. Let's get rid of ChatGPT. And this one, Empire, winning again. With a captain, full plate, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's a BSB. Got a Wizard Lord on a Pegasus. An Engineer, General. Nice. Who's gone on a Griffin because the... you can only put the General on a Griffin. You can't put a Grandmaster. Grandmaster's like the combat one that's a bit like a Bretonnian Duke. But can only go on a Demigriff, I think, at most. And then the General of the Empire can go on a Griffin. So It's got a white cloak as well, so that's pretty good. The Griffin's got barding. Oh, or skin something or other. So he's got a 2-up save. I think he's got a 2-up save. He's got 24 state troops, some knights, archers, some demigriffs, and a couple of cannons, and a hellblaster. So there's a nice cluster of black powder over here. You've got 2 units of demigriff. They are pretty good, to be honest. I quite like them as an option. He's got a couple of archers with scouts just to be a pain in the backside and draw out frenzied troops and stuff like that. And he's got a detachment of 12 state troops with halberds to go and... Okay, so the spears take the charge and the halberds get a counter charge off. So, you know, there's 12 of them so they can remove ranks and stuff. Even heavy infantry is going to struggle to kill. Might be able to kill 2 in a turn, but... yeah, so that's a pretty good list. Obviously, because it won, but well done, Covin, for bringing home the win. But at such a lovely venue. So here we've got a pretty small one with 10 people playing at Gamezenter. There's a picture of it. Let's see if Google is accurate. It's a weird little cul-de-sac-y sort of thing. Some auto Gamezenter is here. That's what that looks like. Presumably it has more. It has food and burgers in it. Food is different to burgers. Isn't it just? Salvation Army Emergency Disaster Services is across the road for those that don't manage to win a game. Oh my goodness. There's a massive Salvation Army just over the road there. And then you've got a post office to... this is where you post your miniatures that failed you. To whoever decided to buy them at the weekend. Yeah, so this is Gamezenter. This is an interesting venue. What's down here? More Sally Army. 1975. Apparently that was opened. 4 point, loads of reviews. Looks quite nice actually, doesn't it? Looks quite pretty. Right. Anyway, so how did the tournament go on? Martin Beamish took home the win with his Warriors of Chaos. And again, we see Empire podiuming. Like, they've been doing really badly up until now. And I keep telling people, hold on. Just somebody's got to find the formula. I think it's just because nobody's worked out how to win with them yet. I think we're getting quite close, aren't we? So we've got an engineer. That's turned up in every list so far. We've got a captain with a BSB. Wizard Lord. Again, these 3 things are pretty solid and turn up in every list. That's it for characters. So, Sean doing his best to prove that you don't need to go Hero Hammer to win games. Well done, Sean. Top man, actually. We've got some knights, archers. 4 units of archers. Maybe they've got different tournament rules or on unit spam, but that's okay. We've got some state missile troops, demigriffs ×3. Again, demigriffs are good. I think they're getting there. And he's got Hellblaster, 2 great cannons. In the middle with the Empire engineer in the middle, and then he's got a steam tank, who are absolutely horrendous machines to deal with. So that's a pretty good list actually, and I think he's invested his points in the right things. Because if your heroes aren't very good, go for your big chunky boy units. Take on some more grape juice. And then the Warriors of Chaos, however, won. Comp Dragon Warriors of Chaos is what the list's called. There's a Lord with an Ogre Blade. Mark Nurgle. Oh. And a dragon. Oh, yeah, there's the dragon. So he's got the Ogre Blade, Shield, Dragon. So he'll be on a 3-up save. Yeah, 3-up save. Makes you strike last. Favours of the gods. Reroll hits 1 turn per game. Reroll 6s to hit against him. Level 4 wizard with battle magic, which is interesting. Mark of Zinch, because of the default spell, is really good. Infernal Puppet and Ruby Ring of Ruin. Nothing tremendously surprising there. Lots of points on characters. Couple of units of Warhounds. Presumably... No. Don't know why they're there. He's got a big block of 23 warriors to sit with the level 4 wizard, presumably. And just keep him alive. Oh, battle magic, so he can buff his unit up and stuff. And yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, some dragon ogres. Just the one Shartak, and 2 chaos giants. Giants are pretty good, obviously. But Martin Beamish managed to take it out from Team Midwest Murder Sports. Okay, then we've got 5 gamers. Let's do them at the end. That one was as well. That one was as well. Cool. So then we've got Great Lakes Wargaming presents Brawl in the Border Princes, which is here at Ontario, and it's at 579 Sinclair Avenue. 57, which should be there. That appears to be Jiu-Jitsu, but let's have a look. Philosophy Fitness, the Guild House. That looks pretty likely, doesn't it? Guild House, create share play. Unless no, Hone Fitness, Philosophy Fitness, H&R Block. Right, that's an interesting. And a boxing studio. There's a lot of fitness going on. Philosophy Fitness, apparently, there. Mattress and furniture. Pizzeria. That's more my speed. Dulux. That looks like Dulux Pints. I didn't know they made them. I don't know what Tim Hortons is. Looks like it possibly could be food, judging from the terrible uniforms they've got them wearing. And what the hell's that? That looks interesting. Albert's Real Jamaican Foods. Excellent. I knew it looked interesting. Next to... Is that a mosque? That's where you go to... Oh, no. It's not a mosque. It's not a mosque. I should know that. My ancestors are Jewish. I should be. Anyway. Whoops. Oh, that's funny. Right. Shut up, Dan. You're here to talk about Warhammer, not religion. I'm not religious. Anyway, I'm a pragmatist, and therefore religion's a bit weird. Okay, Warriors of Chaos managed to win. Carlo Roque, Christian Urime? Christian Urima? I am butchering that name. I am sure of it. But anyway, Christian with his vampire gowns. He's got a vampire he's got a vampire, and he's not done terribly. Hats off. I don't have one. It's on a zombie dragon, of course. And has Talisman of Protection, Biting Blade, and Illusion. And he's got a Necromancer, obviously. With a Sceptre of... On a Mortis engine with a Sceptre of de Noiro. I forget what that does. It's pretty good, though. That's all my subconscious is telling me. That's a good thing. He's got BSB, which makes sense, and a Cairn Wraith to be a pain in the arse. He's got a block of zombies to go with the Necromancer, so the Necro can start rezzing them straight away. He's got Blood Knights, are really good, man. I really like Blood Knights. They're great. He's got some Vargheists who are cool. Yeah, I mean, I like everything in that list because it'll look great on the tabletop, and it'll look cool, and it'll feel very vampire-y. I'm surprised it's done well, though, because there's nothing really in there that sticks out to me as this is really, 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 really good. And then we've got the winner of the tournament, which was Chaos again. Sorcerer Lord, level 4, Zinch, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Spell Familiar. This is my favourite combo. Apart from he's on a steed, and he's gone for Dark Magic. I prefer Demonology because of Steed of Shadows, which is amazing. But he's not got Chosen. He's gone for MSU, lots of other stuff. So Warhounds, Marauder Horse with Flails. Really sensible choice, actually. Marauder Horse with Flails, they're like little bullets that you just sort of fire across the table and just do a load of damage. And then they die, but whatever. They almost always earn 65 points of kills. It's got 2 big units of Ogres and a big unit of Chosen Knights. And he's given them Drilled, Brazen Collar, and the Banner of Rage. And they've got the Mark of Slaanesh. So they're +1 initiative in the first round of combat. They're 2 Magic Res 2. And then they've got Frenzy that they can't lose. So that's really, really good. Maybe the Exalted Champion goes with them. With the Ogre Blade. Oof. Ooh. Ooh. Carlo's going in swinging. And then he's got some Core Knights, which are, you know, units of 4. I think that's the right amount too, actually. I've been thinking about that. But I think that just does enough damage to be worth 120 points. I think if you go more and you put Command in, they start to lose their value. So actually, Carlo, I agree with you. I think this is a very good list. And it won. Okay. And then Dicehead, Old World April, which was in Tennessee, I want to say. Is TN Tennessee? I don't know. 200 Paul Huff Parkway. Right. National Guard. Where was it? 200. Now we've got numbers on them. Nobody's figured that out yet. Is it in a shopping mall sort of thing? I think it is, isn't it? We're going to be lucky if we... Oh, hold on. Dicehead. That seems to be there. This might be... Oh. Okay. It's sort of in there somewhere. I think. Unless we've got a... Oh, we've got a thing here. Can we see? No. This is almost certainly some kind of mall thing. What a weird... Close for future development. Pass. I think it's in there somewhere. That's a building site at the back, by the looks of things. Oh, which we can have a look at. Oh, it's not a building site on this. Okay. What was that? Okay, Maggie. Then AMC. Okay. Right. I don't know where that is. But anyway, it was somewhere there, because Best Case Pairing says it was. Orc and Goblin tribes managed to win, which is great. And then we've got the High Elves coming in second, which is really nice to see, because High Elves haven't been having a good time. So we've got level 4 and Wizard on a Dragon. Full plate armor. The Dragon's got full plate armor, not him. And he's given the Archmage, Ogre Mage. Okay. He's given it Ogre Blade, and then he's going to go for Illusion. So he wants Spectral Doppelganger to do 2d6 hits with the Ogre Blade. Really smart. Very good choice. Well done. Well done, Robert. You've got that bang on. And then he's got a Prince with a Cavalry Spear on a Dragon. Okay. Alright. I guess if you ran out of points... Isn't a lance just another 2? Why would you want a cavalry spear? That confuses me a little bit. Then he's got 3 units of MSU Elven Archers. He's got a big block of Sea Guard, 26 of them. He's got 2 Line Chariots. I like Line Chariots. I think the models are great. And actually the rules are alright too. He's got some Sisters. They're fantastic as well. They're great shooty, great missile threat. Illusion means you've probably got Plague of Rust as well, so you're like AP 4 or 5 or whatever the hell that all that adds up to. So that's really nice, really nasty. I mean, yeah, and the Dragon means he can get around everywhere, and he's got the Ogre Blade for plunging into something. So yeah, really good list, like that. Then we've got a 2K tournament list, which is Black Hawk War Boss on a Wyvern, with Troll High Trousers, Giant Blade, Talisman Protection. So he's got a bit of damage output, but a lot of defensive stats there. Actually, quite a lot of defensive stats for relatively cheap, to be honest. And then he's got full plate wizard. So no BSB at all. Black Hawk Mob, Night Goblin Mob with 3 Fanatics. Yeah, 1 and then 2 of them. And then another Black Hawk Mob, because he's got another Black Hawk. Yep. It's got Orc Boys, a couple of Giants, and a Mangler Squig. So, an interesting and eclectic mix of stuff. Shield, Great Weapon. These have all got additional hand weapons. These have all got great weapons. So he's not using the Motley Horde rule, which allows you to basically mix up your great weapons and shields, which is, you know, interesting. But he's gone for a hand weapon and shield and a great weapon on the boss, maybe for if it gets in a challenge and he wants to have a bit more survivability. So, yeah, I'm not really sure how that list works. So finally, the 5-game tournaments. Let's do Warhammer. Let's do theirs first. So this is Battles in the Border Princes. This is over at Warhammer World, which is in Lenton. That's over the road. There's the sort of entrance to it. These are like offices and stuff. These are like, this is like the design stuff, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head. Somebody told me before. I've never been in. Well, sort of have accidentally. This is the main office, and that's the cool gaming centre and stuff in there, which you can't really see very well from the road. But if we go over here, you can see it much better. So maybe if we go up the hill, I'll say up the hill on top of the bridge. There we go. So as you drive down Lenton Lane, there's the bit that all the games happen in. That's the old factory next door to it, and sort of through the back there a bit as well. So yeah, this is what, and apparently they've taken out another factory around here somewhere as well. Yeah, and the car park for people used to come all the way over here, but they've turned more of it into a depot. That used to be the smoking area. It looks like it still is actually. Anyway, that's that. So we had quite a lot of people turn up to this one because it's in Lenton, obviously home of Warhammers. There were 56 people turn up, which I think is the biggest so far. But it was 1,500 points, so I've decided to change my inclusion criteria a little bit. In that, basically, I'm still sticking to the 1,750 to 2,250, 10 or more players, unless there are 50,000 points in total at a tournament. So 50,000 points, just to give you a bit of context, would be a 1,500 with like about 33 players turn up. So 50,000 points in total turns up at the tournament. Or if you had a 1,000-point tournament, then 50 players. I just want enough stuff to be happening. Smaller results skew results. So, and the game at 1,000 points is very different. But I wanted to include this one because it's like the first one Lenton have done. They've shot themselves in the foot a little bit because they've what they've done is they got rid of all the 6x4 tables when AOS and 40k happened, and went down a table size. So they haven't got the big tables anymore. Well, they probably have. They're probably in a shed somewhere and they can't be asked to get them out. Anyway, John Dale won. Russ Veal of Facehammer came second, and Matt Clayton, I know that name from somewhere as well. These are almost 4-1s actually, so it was on how well they won, and John Dale did the best. And it looks like, I'd imagine, he played Russ Veal at the last game and they drew. Russ Veal very, very nearly taking it. Look at that. He only needed like 8 more points to get a victory and then the whole tournament. But John just managed to hold him up. Oh, I bet that was good watching. Right. Matt came third. 4 Chaos Knights with Marks of Khorne. Again, yeah, I'm going towards that being the answer. 4 Chosen Knights with Undivided and the Banner of Rage. Lord on a Dragon. And then some Dragon Ogres. Yeah, I mean, I've got no problem with that. I think 3 separate Dragon Ogres is slightly better, but, whatever. Then you've got Russ Veal with his Lord on Dragon, Mark of Nurgle, Crown of Everlasting Conquest, Enchanting Aura. So it's like, you strike last. It's got a flail, so he's like +2 strength, 2 AP, and he's always 2 AP. Yeah, and he's on a dragon. And then he's got a sorcerer, which is level 2. Probably would be level 4 if it was more points, but he's saving his points on his wizard. Yeah. And he's got some Marauder Horse with flails and throwing axes, probably because he had the spare points. Some Chaos Warriors, who are to accompany the Exalted Sorcerer to give it +1 to cast. A bit of a compromise choice. 2 Chariots and some Dragon Ogres. Again, I'd go for 3 separate, but, what do I know? Then we've got John Dale with the Tomb Kings list that managed to win by not losing to Ross in the last game. So he has a level 4 Wizard, High Priest on a Steed, which is interesting. 4 Shabty with great bows are mega. Like, they're really good. It's got some Tomb Swarms that are actually pretty good, surprisingly good. Some Skeleton Horse Archers, which have reserve move, which now the majority of the unit confers it. The High Priest can go with one of them and get reserve move, which is pretty good. He's got a reasonably sized block of Skeleton Warriors, considering he's got essentially 6 at least coming back a turn. He's got 2 Tomb Scorpions, great. 2 Necrosphinx. Oh, he's gone for Mortuary Cults, hasn't he? Yeah. So, that's interesting. So they basically pop up wherever. And then he's got a casket, probably to give everything a 6-up ward. But, yeah, that's a pretty good list, actually, for 1,500 points. I think he's got a really decent balance of range damage, of stuff that just gets in the way, of big blocks, and then a bit of damage coming out of this little contingent here of 2 Necrosphinx, 2 Tomb Scorpions. So that's a quite a smart list, actually. So well done, John. Well done, John. And well done, Russ, as well. Not that he'd spend any time listening to me, but anyway, if he is, congrats. Yeah, and then we've not finished yet. My God, this is going on and on. I'm trying to rattle through everything, so I don't want the video to be much longer than an hour, really. I like to try and keep my vids to an hour long, really. And then we had Fantasia Fanatic X45 at Dragon Skolan, Dragon something there, something around there. Dragon Park, Dragon Gatan. Oh, that looks fun. It's probably in there somewhere. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to find it, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's in this sort of thing, isn't it? It's in here somewhere. Yeah. This is like quite a Scandi thing of trying to keep everything under, because when it gets really, really cold, having everything under one roof, is really, really good. But very energy efficient. So it'll be in here somewhere, but that looks quite exciting. And obviously the Google Street View man went through when it was a bit snowy, but it's in there somewhere. Anyway, okay, so what happened here? Marcus Östling managed to take home the win with Orcs and Goblins. Matthias Ström with Warriors, and then Peter Valinmar, something like that. I'm again butchering names and do apologise, but anyway, Peter, how you pronounce that? 2 Great Bray Shaman. We've seen that before, haven't we? Just today. Wargore with BSB on a chariot again. Gorball with the armour of meteoric iron, which is pretty interesting. Okay, and Slugskin. I thought armour of meteoric iron is either the 5-up armour that you can't modify or the 3-up armour that you can't improve. So he's gone for the Charmed Shield for a cheap 6-up ward, maybe? Goreherd, Ungor, Razor Gore, blah, blah, blah. Pretty standard, nothing. Lots of Dragon Ogres, actually. That's not standard. That's interesting. And some Minotaurs, which is pretty interesting. Minotaurs to go with the Gorball, presumably. So he's got a bit of punch, he's got a bit of magic, he's got a bit of stuff getting in the way, he's got a bit of counter charge. So yeah, that looks like a pretty decent unit. I'd be worried facing off against that. Okay. And then we've got Matthias Ström, who has a dragon. Nothing on that? Is there nothing on that? It's just a Lord and a Dragon, isn't it? Yeah, the rest is just like standard. Okay, that's interesting. A vanilla Lord on Dragon, a level 2 wizard and a level 4 wizard, which has a spell familiar in the Skull of Catan, which gives you +1 to cast. Ruby Ring of Ruin, spell familiar, another, interestingly, so more spells. He's got a couple of units to cast Warhounds, not sure why, because he's not like hiding any corn stuff, so I don't know what they're for. He's got some warriors, which just have magic resistance 2, and he's got some Royal Horse flails, Mark of Corn, good choice that, pretty solid. And he's got a Chimera, which is interesting. And then the guy who won, Marcus Erstling, with his Black Orcs, Black Orcs, Night Goblin, war bosses, not wizards. He's only got one level 4 wizard, which is an Orc weird nom. And he's got his Black Orc mobs that he's got to take, some Night Goblins with Fanatics, which is sensible. Doom Divers, I like this list. This is good. This is all very good. Yeah. This is kind of the list that I kind of am leaning towards, although I don't want to buy it because it's a lot of stuff to paint. But it's a good list. It's a good list. Cool. So well done, Marcus, with your fantastic list and obviously fantastic generalship to bring it home. And finally, we've got Wardome, the Old World GT, which is in New Caney, which is I think maybe Texas, and it might be in this weird building, weirdly shaped building here. It might be. There's nothing that's indicating that that's anything that anybody uses at all for anything. The Atrium Centre. Right. RB Tullis Branch Library. It could have been in here. It could have been in here. It's got the obligatory American star on the thing, just to make it. Oh, it's not American. Is that Puerto Rico? I apologise if I've cocked up my flags. I think that might be. Was it Chile? No. Puerto Rico. Was that? No, it's not. It was just, I don't know what flag that is. I don't know what that is. Interesting. Comments down below. What the hell flag is that? Oh, it's not Chile. It's not Puerto Rico. Similar. Is it Cuba? Oh, it's that one. What's that? Oh, Texas. Obviously, should have guessed, really, shouldn't I? So that's the flag of Texas. Oh, that's interesting. It's very similar to... In fact, loads of flags are just stars with stripes, aren't they? But the American flag is the most starriest and the most stripiest of all the stars and stripes flags, obviously. I say that with love in my heart. I love Americans, and I think it's a very interesting country. And I really actually do like its legal system. But anyway, obviously it could be improved, but actually the way that everything's structured, there's a lot of... Somebody's thought that through quite extensively. There's a lot of procedural stuff that's pretty cool that most other countries don't do, that just seem totally unfair. Like, for instance, over in the States, if you call somebody to present evidence, you're able to really grill them on that evidence. Whereas in the UK, you're only really allowed to grill the people who are parties to a trial. So if somebody comes along as a witness, you're not really allowed to ask them too deep a set of questions around the... Whereas in the States, you're really able to go to town on everybody who's a witness. Whereas in the UK, it's only the parties. Anyway, in a civil case, that is. Have a look at Daniel Shen Smith, I think. Black Belt Barrister, for more on differences between UK, and he does one with Legal Eagle where they talk about that. It's a really good video. Anyway, that's something different. Where did I get to? Lars Schnell. Lars Schnell with his Empire. Wardome Larts. Empire. Wizard Lord. Captain. Priest. Oh, priests. That's interesting. With an engineer. What was weird about this? Nothing. Must be another list I'm thinking of. Some state missile troops. State troops. Yeah, they're detachments to this big unit of 35 spearmen with a couple of handgunners to flank them. We've got some archers just to sort of scout about and be a bit of a pain in the bum. I mean, they've not got a scout, but this can still skirmish and get in the way. Then we've got 2 big blocks of greatswords. I really like greatswords because of this rule. Drilled. Drilled is amazing. What has he got? He's got the law of battle magic. Okay. I mean, they can move twice. I think battle magic takes a unit that's moved and can move again, so they can use drill to move 12 and then do another 12-inch. So that's pretty good. So they can go quite far. He's got a unit of Hellblasters and a steam tank. So he's got a Hellblaster and a steam tank, and he doesn't have a... he's got 2 priests, so presumably the priests go in the greatsword, so he's got like a 7x3 block times 2. Or the other way around. So yeah, I like that list a lot actually. That's pretty good. Because he's got the drilled, cool, heavy hitting stuff, and he's got it getting into their face like really quickly. So I like that. Then we've got demons who came. Demons are struggling a little bit at the moment, but we've got a bloodthirster. Oh yes, they're lovely. A herald on a juggernaut with a BSB. He's got some flesh hounds, which are pretty good. He's got some furies just to block out the core slots because blood letters are not very good, to be honest. He's got some blood crushers, which are great. They're very good. Flamers are also pretty good, and he's got a couple of skull cannons. So, not sure. He's got a level 3 wizard with the flamers there. Don't know what law he's chosen with them. I'm not sure they're allowed anything other than demonology, but that's a really interesting inclusion, actually. That is a really interesting inclusion. And he's gone for Power Vortex there as well. That's the second time we've seen that, and I don't know what that does. So I shall quickly remind myself what the Vortex thing does. It does. Here, I shall show you. We can look together. Vortex. Oh, bloody hell. It's in Zinch, obviously, isn't it? Enemy wizards are -1 to cast while in display. So he's gone for that. So it's not a large target. So he's still going to get a 24-inch bubble of -1 to cast. That's pretty good, actually. That's exciting. I really wanted to. I'd love to see some of those games where I explain. That was great. This one, however, Carmine Batista, who won, has some narrative at the top. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Some narrative by Enrin Sorga, the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, who end Memento Mori. This is great. I love this narrative. Like, we've got some knights, basically. We've got some Marauder Horse. We've got some Warhounds. We've got 21 Marauders with flails and Mark of Corn, which they'll slap hard if you let them get into you. They're totally unarmoured, though. We've got some Marauder Horse. Very cheap, though. We've got some Marauder Horse, which are... yeah, with flails. They're pretty... He's got a... he's just got one character, which is obviously a Chaos Lord and a Dragon, with Nurgle. 5+ ward. You strike last. He's got a lance. He's got 3 favour of the gods because he doesn't want to be getting stupid on that. But like, yeah, That's a really interesting, and there's some narrative. I mean, this is the standard, guys. This is what you want to be like popping onto the list, because you want people to be going, oh, this guy really cares. Well done, Carmine. This is a fantastic list, actually. It's actually quite a good list, as well as being very, very characterful. Like 9 Dragon Ogres have been slipped in there. Just great. And some Knights, and this big block of Marauders to just look scary. Yeah, and actually the Chaos Lord on the Dragon is almost like a separate unit. So it's a good list. I like that. I like that a lot. So well done. Well done. And well done, Jason, for putting it on. And managing, I bet 11 players and a 5-game tournament. I bet that was a lot of fun, actually. Cool, so that's it. Oh, there was a lot of tournaments to get through in such a short amount of time. Anyway, this is where we are meta-wise at the moment. We have approached a point at which I can say this is probably overall fairly reflective of where the overall meta is. Because we've got over the 400 or 500 results here. We've not got them on individual players yet, but we've got it here. So this is probably a fair reflection of where stuff is. This stuff isn't accurate, very accurate yet, but we're getting to the point where these figures are probably fairly accurate. Okay. So what we're seeing is Tomb Kings and Beastmen are looking very good, but again, you're looking at that kind of 40 to 60% win ratio to say that there's quite a lot of external balance within the game. Skaven and Ogres are still having massive problems. They're reasonably reliably crap, and that's not a good thing for the game. So maybe it's just that Ogres... The thing is, and I've observed this before, the stuff that's good for Ogres is in Fantasy is not good for them in AOS. So people converting to Ogres from AOS to Old World will be struggling, but we'll get there over time. I'm an Ogre player. I'll take them to another tournament, definitely. I would have gone to the one at Lenton this weekend. However, I've decided to take rugby instead. So I did that. I got a try. I got man of the match, considering that was my first game ever. I'm pretty happy with that. I am slightly injured in the ankle. And everything is sore, but all good otherwise. Cool. So, who is the most popular? Bretonnia seems to be the most popular, followed by Khemri. That's no surprise because they're the only two that you can really buy all the models for Khemri this weekend and almost all the models for Bretonnia this weekend. Also very popular are Warriors of Chaos because, again, you can buy them already. You can buy pretty much the whole range. Yeah. Least popular so far. People aren't taking Lizardmen, Dark Elves, or Skaven at the moment. Skaven are terrible. They're really unreliable. They can do okay. But... And just before I close, I'll just again explain how these stats work. I have very nearly finished my PhD, which is quantitative in nature, so I'm pretty good at stats. This is like very, very entry-level statistical analysis. So, because I'm only using Excel at the moment, I've not got my decent stats package on it yet. But again, we need a bit more data before that becomes useful. So, anyway, what was I going to explain? Oh yeah, so basically this is your win percentage, so you can work out what a normal result is for a faction you're taking, so you know whether you've got unlucky or whether you've done really well. All right, so High Elves have got a win percentage of 49%. They have a standard deviation of 30%. So that means a normal result in terms of wins is somewhere between 19 and 79%. So if you're going to a 3-game tournament, 79% is about 2 wins. It's closer to 2 wins than 3. And 19%, on a 3-game tournament is just closer to 1 win than none. So none. So your normal win at a 3-game tournament, if you're a high elf, is 1 to 2 wins. Again, 79% over a over a 5-game. So that's between 4 and 19% is like 1. So it's 1 to 4 wins at a 5-game tournament and 1 to 2 wins at a 3-game tournament. It's kind of like what's reasonable, and you can work that out from this. So, you know, this is why this and this in combination is a really interesting stat, because your Tomb Kings is 57% plus or minus 28 at the moment. So a normal win percentage is 95% for Tomb Kings. So Tomb Kings can go into, if you go into a 5-game tournament with Tomb Kings and you win all 5 games, that's a pretty normal result. And if you lose less than, if you win fewer than, if you win fewer than probably 2, then you've not done very well. Okay, points is I made some arbitrary points stat up for essentially draws, just to see whether this was different to this. That figure says no. This is kurtosis. This like checks how normal the data is, and it looks pretty normal, so parametric analysis works. And yeah, there's some stuff over here that's like Z scores and stuff, but you know, this comes in later. But basically what you want to see is about a third in terms of, this is win percentage, this is variability. Again, actually you want to see fewer things at the extreme, so maybe 2 or 3 green and 2 or 3 red. That would show a decent amount of balance there. And then this is positioning in tournaments, so again about a third. The interesting stuff is like the dwarves, for instance, are pretty normal when it comes to win percentages, but when it comes to variability, they're one of the most variable, and actually they're one of the worst performing in tournaments, like in terms of tournament position. They are terrible. So what that means is they do win games, but then they never really win by a lot. They also get slapped by quite a lot as well. So they lose terribly badly. They don't win by a lot, but they are winning quite a lot of games. So they are grinding out results, but they're not doing it. They're not doing very well. So anyway, so that's the point of these stats. So we can start to look at the stats and start to tell the stories about what's actually happening on the tabletop. You know, that is a common dwarf experience. Like, I've won the game, but it was only just. You know, that is going to be at the moment is a common dwarf experience. We'll see if the new book changes that, but that's where we are at the moment. Also, I've got this time slider at the bottom here, so we can do some stuff like comparing the data, you know, now versus, so Orc and Goblins 57%, total data 48%. In fact, before their Battle Tome was released, 42% win rate. So the win rate after the Battle Tome release has gone from 48 to 57. What I can do once I've got some more releases like that is compare all factions like pre-Battle Tome win rate with post, and then we can do some stats on how that changes. Like, is there a significant difference there? And does the existence of the Arcane Journal, does that really significantly impact performance or not? Early data suggests it might, but again, really tentative because there's not enough results yet. But there is enough results here for me to say that this looks like this win percentage, in terms of the ranking, the individual stats are much less reliable. But in terms of this ranking, this is where we're up to, pretty much. So these are your top tier factions: Bretonnia, Chaos, Beastmen, Tomb Kings. These are your... Sorry, I'm not grunting. I'm just trying to clear my throat. I'm talking a lot today. These are your mid-tier factions, and these are the ones that are struggling. Empire, though, getting some results in this weekend. So hopefully over time that will change. But they're not doing very well at the moment. I keep saying about Empire, it's about figuring out what works. I think we figured out what works for Vampire Count, so we should expect that to come up once most people start to realise you need to lean massively heavily into Wailing Dirge, and then you're going to do well. If you don't, you're going to struggle. It's not guaranteed, but Necromancers, Wailing Dirge, these are the things that you need to focus on. Skaven and Ogre Kingdoms, again, that's about people discovering what works. Same as Empire, but I think we're getting close with Empire. Like 2 Great Cannons, Hellblaster, Engineer combo as a little block to just like nuke stuff seems to be quite effective. So, 2 Great Cannons to go after, dragons, and then the Hellblaster if the dragon gets close. That's a pretty effective combo, like as a dragon killing unit. And you need an Empire Engineer nearby. But that seems to be like something we're seeing quite a bit. You start to see stuff over and over again once you start to look at lists, and you start to see what's effective. So, anyway, that's where we're up to. Again, thanks for listening. If you've got this far, if you like the video, then there is indeed a button to express that like. It looks a bit like this. There is one that looks like that. You can press that. It just makes me a little bit sad. I don't know why, because it's all engagement. Apparently, YouTube says the algorithm likes both about as equally. Occasionally, or I've probably misheard something. But do that one if you've liked the video, and if you've got this far, I hope this video's earned your subscription. If it has, then fantastic, welcome aboard. And if it hasn't, stick around, and maybe the next one will. But anyway. Again, I shall catch you around soon, and I shall wish you a good day.